The other day I was broke, came back in designer. The mama left me alone, came back in the times up. Singing to the bank, my money's Chicago. I ain't on no bullshit, this ain't no Chicago. I went from jetting from stores to jetting to Chicago. My nigga, the world yours, whatever's inside though. 220s on my head, just made it a 6-speed. You said I love for you, bitch, and now I'm like, bitch, please. Now and then I gotta say it like my nigga weekend. Fuck needing a bitch, I'm what a bitch need. 230,000 on the Bentley. So even when it's dirty, know my shit clean. Got a thick bitch, her name Christina. I might have me with the whip about the prestige. Hey, shorty know I've been on some wild shit. She fucking with me, cause I'm a.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Virginia 9000 here today, back in the video for you guys. And today we're going to be looking at the best trade every NBA team can actually make this offseason. Now, I guess we can get straight into it. Not really much to talk about. Okay. So the Atlanta Hawks acquire Rudy Gobert and Joe Ingles from the Utah Jazz for Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter, and the 6th overall pick. I'm actually not doing this if I am the if I'm the Utah Jazz. I'm doing this for sure because I get Clint Capella, a younger center than Rudy Gobert by like 2 years. He's a little better at rebounds, about just as good offensively, but obviously Rudy Gobert is a much better defender. But they have Clint Capella on a way better contract than Rudy Gobert, who's also going to be up for the max soon. His contract is alright right now, but Clint Capella for $16 million a year is a steal. Joe Ingles is on a bad contract, and DeAndre Hunter, he had a 10-point per game season, which is bad, but it's not terrible because of efficiency. If you're putting it into perspective, Kevin Huerter is a knockdown shooter. He could be like if Klay Thompson fit into a 6th man, or maybe a decent starter, like let's just say 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, right? And shooting 40% from 3 on 7 attempts, 8 attempts. That's what I would like Kevin Huerter for. And these two players, I'd say both of these guys, maybe, I'd say these two right here, that right there for Rudy Gobert isn't a terrible trade. But, he's not, I don't think Rudy Gobert is worth the max just yet, just because of his offensive capabilities, and he's getting a little older. When his max contract is up, he'd be like 32, and he'd be on a max contract as a 32-year-old center who's going to slow down, and he's a defensive player, which isn't very good. And the 6th pick is going to be very valuable, not really as much in this draft, but for a team that has all young assets, I don't think you need to bring in these two vets, especially since Joe Ingles is just on a terrible contract. I'm going to say yes for the Jazz, no for the Hawks. Next up on this list, we have the Boston Celtics. Obviously, Miles Turner. There's been so many things about it. So, Boston Celtics require Miles Turner. He's kind of regressed a bit somehow. It's probably because there's been the new emerging star. They probably got, because they got Victor Oladipo, Domantas Sabonis taking on a better role, who's a big, I feel like he's getting some of his playtime taken away, right? And there is Jeremy Lamb, who's coming back from an ACL injury, I believe, for Gordon Hayward, the 14th pick at 2021 first. Now, don't get me wrong. I think I could see, this is the thing though. Miles Turner is great, but he's not too much of an upgrade over Daniel Tice that I would give up one of my key wings. I would probably trade him for more. I would probably, realistically, maybe do Gordon Hayward for Clint Capella and Dwayne Dedman, and maybe throw in a 2nd round pick, which is a trade that I think would be pretty nice. But you're giving up the 14th pick, who could also be a center nonetheless, and a 2021 first. You never know, something could happen. I don't see Boston doing this. If I were Boston, personally, 2 great players right here, but we're unsure about Jeremy Lamb. Miles Turner, he's gonna need, I don't think he'd fit the way that everyone thinks he's going to. because his offense is one of the things about his game that he needs to improve. And when you're having like all these scores, I don't think it would help him out. I'm saying they need more of a Clint Capella. Brooklyn Nets, Joel Embiid for Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen, the 19th pick and a 2022 first. You know, I can see both teams doing this. Now, this gives the Sixers exactly what they need. They have Karis LeVert, who's going to put up on that team about 15 points per game, give or take. Or no, about 16 points. He's going to be a 5 rebound, 4 assist guy. Spencer Dinwiddie, maybe like 18 points, 4.5 assists. Jared Allen, probably going to give you like a 13 and 12. And you get a 19th pick and a 2022 first. Yeah, I see both teams doing this. I don't think that the Sixers want to take on the extra contract space, but they might not be able to sign because of the hard cap. They might not be able to even get Joel Embiid back. And they're probably going to look to move Al Horford. Probably like for Gordon Hayward, and they'll throw in a pick or two, which they can throw in this 2022 first to get Gordon Hayward on the squad. They could do Ben Simmons at the 1, Karis LeVert at the 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, you know, Tobias Harris at the 4, Jared Allen at the 5, Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench. I actually see that team doing a lot better. You guys let me know what you think about that. Put a timestamp and let me know what you think of whatever trades that I give an opinion of. Charlotte Hornets acquire Steven Adams from the Oklahoma City Thunder for Terry Rozier. This is just one that I'm going to be fast on. Actually, I'd do this for both teams because Terry Rozier isn't as good as Steven Adams in my opinion, but Steven Adams is on a much worse contract that is going to get off the books soon. Terry Rozier contract is going to last for a little while longer, and they're going to need a point guard after they move Chris Paul. Yeah, I see both teams doing that. The Bulls acquire Tobias Harris, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2022 second round pick for Otto Porter. If I'm the Sixers, I know you're getting off the contract basically because Otto Porter only has 1 more year left on his contract, but the lineup that I said would actually be pretty nice. I'm actually not getting rid of Tobias Harris in this situation. I think they should keep Tobias Harris for a little while longer because he's still a decently young player, and I feel like he can have a really good season next year, depending. Now for the Cavs, so no for the Sixers, yes for the Bulls. Actually, no for the Bulls, because the Bulls are going to probably want to get someone in free agency, potentially Anthony Davis, and they wouldn't have a chance of that if they trade for him. Cleveland Cavaliers acquire Harrison Barnes, Jabari Parker, and swap rights on a 2021 first from the Sacramento Kings for Kevin Love. No, if I'm the Kings, no. I don't think the Kings would have to throw in a pick. Harrison Barnes is on a great contract, but Kevin Love's is much worse. Kevin Love is old, he's regressing, and Harrison Barnes is still a decently young prospect. Jabari Parker has injury issues, but he's still like a 14 point per game scorer. That pick could still be very valuable. I don't see them giving up, because if they're swapping firsts, the Cavs aren't going to do any better with Harrison Barnes and Jabari Parker, and the Kings are going to get, because they get a nice pick, wouldn't they? Nah, you know what? Maybe, just because of how valuable that pick would be, and they're going to have like a late lottery pick, the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, actually, I kind of agree with this trade. Yeah, this trade would be nice. Should be nice. But I feel like the Cavs should throw in a second, maybe, and that would even out the deal. Dallas Mavericks acquired Josh Richardson from the 76ers for Seth Curry and the 18th pick in the draft. I feel like the Mavericks are giving up a little too much, in my opinion. They should at least ask for like 2024 first round pick maybe, or a second, just because this 18th pick is decently valuable, and the Mavericks could maybe use it for something. And Josh Richardson is cool, but Seth Curry is also cool. And the Philadelphia 76ers really need spacing. So I feel like the Dallas Mavericks are going to try to milk Seth Curry as much as he can for some value. But, with the Heat, he averaged 17, 4, and 4. And, you know, he'd be a nice fit on that Dallas Mavericks team, I believe. But I don't see the Mavericks doing this without getting a little bit more in return. The Denver Nuggets acquire Drew Holiday from the Pelicans for Gary Harris, Will Barton, and a 2020 first-round pick via Houston Rockets. Now, if I'm the Pelicans, I'm actually going. No, but the Pelicans need like a reliable shooting guard though. Gary Harris's offense has just been trash recently. They already have Brandon Ingram. They don't really need Will Barton. Gary Harris could also be Drew Holiday nonetheless. This 2020 first from the Rockets isn't going to be great. I'm going to say no if I'm the Pelicans, but if I'm the Nuggets, obviously, because they could really use Drew Holiday to fill in that 2 spot and to bring in some defense. Detroit Pistons acquire Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk's bad contract, and the 20th pick for Derrick Rose. I'm assuming if they do this, they're trying to get Giannis, right? They're trying to get Giannis if they do this. If not, DeRozan or somebody else if they can't get him. You know, they could probably do this trade. If I'm the Pistons, you're in full rebuild. They're going to be in rebuild. You don't need... These contracts aren't going to hurt you in the long run. They're just going to hurt you right now, but you're a rebuilding team, so it won't matter. If I'm the Pistons, you get a pick, which is exactly what a rebuilding team wants. If I'm the Heat, I get Derrick Rose, who's a great point guard, because Goran Dragic might not return. You could, with the money that you have, you could probably get DeMar DeRozan to fill in your 3 spot, because Jimmy Butler's probably going to run the 2. And for your 4, you could get Brandon Ingram or something. Or you could go... Yeah, because that would be a nice team. You get both of those guys, and maybe not Brandon Ingram, but... Yeah, I don't hate this trade. Well, they could also go for Oladipo, because they wanted Oladipo, didn't they? They could also get him. Yeah, this trade would benefit both teams, I believe. Because the Detroit Pistons get a vet who's going to be off a contract soon. Kelly Olynyk, who's going to be off a contract soon. Yeah, if I'm the Pistons, I'm doing it because you get a pick. The Warriors, Robert Covington from the Houston Rockets for that big trade exception. Nah, if I'm the Warriors, bro, you don't need Robert Covington. You already have Eric Pascal and Draymond Green. You don't need him. You already have fuller space. You don't need Robert Covington, in my opinion, especially if you're going to give up that really valuable 17.2 trade exception and your 2022 first, which might be a little bit valuable because your players are kind of aging. Houston Rockets acquire Blake Griffin, 2021 first, 2023 first, converts to a second, or 2024, and 2023 second via Portland. If I'm the Rockets, no. If I'm the Pistons, no, because the Pistons aren't throwing in all those picks. They need them because they're rebuilding soon, as I said. And Russell Westbrook, they're probably going to keep him because it wasn't his fault. They need to trade either him or James Harden. I'm pretty sure they're going to trade James Harden because he's been a project for the past 8 years and he didn't really work out. Indiana Pacers acquire Drew Holiday in a 2021 second via Washington from the Pelicans for Miles Turner and Doug McDermott. Drew Holiday's kind of aging, and he was kind of lackluster in the bubble. If I'm the Pelicans, I lose a lot of age and I go with that younger team like I want to. So I'm doing, yeah, because no, but you already have Jackson Hayes and Derek Favors. You don't really need a center on the roster. If you do this trade, how are you going to trade away Derek Favors and stuff? Doug McDermott to play small forward. You already have. No, I guess they can use a back at small forward. I like the Doug McDermott fit on that team. Miles Turner, though, I don't see him going to the Pelicans. I don't see them giving up Drew Holiday unless they're getting something really good in return because he's a great defender. Clippers acquire Jalen Brunson for Landry Shamet. If I am the Mavericks, no. If I am the Clippers, yeah. Because Jalen Brunson is a very valuable asset on a really great contract. Landry Shamet has just been kind of alright recently. He hasn't really done anything special. Lakers acquire Dennis Schroeder. No, I don't think a lot of people noticed this, especially the Bleacher Report guy who made this. If I'm the Lakers, obviously, do this trade 100%. If I'm the Oklahoma City Thunder, nope, no, not even close. Dennis Schroeder is the same age as Kyle Kuzma, basically. I think they're a year apart. And let me know when Kyle Kuzma is averaging 20 points per game again. Not soon. He needs his own team as a second option to be great. And I don't think the OKC Thunder can give that to him and give him the keys to the team after what he's been doing recently. The Grizzlies acquired Patty Mills from Kyle Anderson. Patty Mills is just Spurs for life. I don't see them giving up Patty Mills. At Kyle Anderson, you know, if I'm the Spurs, I'd want to do this, but hopefully not. I like the trade for both sides, but you're not really improving anything, if you know what I mean. Miami Heat, LaMarcus Aldridge from the San Antonio Spurs for Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2022 second. Sure, exactly what I said for the Pistons. They're going straight rebuild. I feel like they'd probably try to ask for maybe a first. The Spurs probably try to ask for a first and throw in a second, because they need those first round picks, and I feel like that would get them to accept the offer, because LaMarcus Aldridge hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down, and he has a much improved three-point shot, so I think the Spurs would probably add a second and ask for a first as their counteroffer. Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Paul for Eric Bledsoe, Ersan Ilyasova, Dante DiVincenzo, and the 30th pick. Chris Paul wants to move. OKC's going full rebuild. You're not getting any younger with this, and you're getting the 30th pick. I don't think the Thunder would. They're not really gaining anything, you know? And value-wise, oh, actually, no, they're getting Dante DiVincenzo. Yeah, I'd definitely do this if I'm the OKC Thunder. And if I'm the Bucks, I'd also probably do this. Maybe I'd probably try to take off. I'd just try to take off. No, this makes sense. I'd do this trade. Next, Minnesota Timberwolves. Dennis Scrotum from the Oklahoma City Thunder for James Harden and a second round pick. Nope. If I am the Oklahoma City Thunder, Dennis Schroeder is still a young piece. He showed some real improvement this year, and James Johnson is an old player with a bad contract. I know you're getting off of a contract, but Dennis Schroeder's contract isn't that bad. At a second round pick, they need firsts. So no. If I'm the Timberwolves for sure, but other team, no. New Orleans Pelicans acquire Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, a 2020 first, number 30 overall for Drew Holiday. This is the trade that the New Orleans Pelicans want, but I don't see the Heat trading Tyler Hero. He's a fan favorite. Kendrick Nunn finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. Kelly Olynyk, yeah, you're getting off his contract, but you're also throwing in a first. I'm not doing this if I'm the Heat, but from the Pelicans, 100%. 100%. Knicks, obviously the Chris Paul rumors for Franklin Edwards. No, I don't see the Oklahoma City Thunder getting enough value back for Chris Paul. That's just honest opinion. Frankie Smokes is nice, but he hasn't really done anything yet. Wayne Ellington is just a guy who's gonna switch between the G League and the NBA, and that 2021st isn't that valuable. I know I said the Oklahoma City Thunder needs those. It's not a very valuable pick. They probably asked for like a 2023 next pick at least. Oklahoma, Kevin Knox trade. Yeah, why would I do that trade if this one is offered up for Chris Paul? I get Kevin Knox, young player. Franklin Ntilikina, young player. Dennis Smith Jr., young player. A 2020 first round pick. Nice. We need those. 2021 Dallas pick. Need that for Chris Paul. Why would I do this trade over here when I could do this one over here for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Obviously, this is ideal for the Knicks, but I don't think the Oklahoma City Thunder they wouldn't accept that at all. Like, this is giving them a million more trade pieces and valuable pieces. Orlando Magic acquired the 2nd overall pick in the 2020 draft for Aaron Gordon. They don't need another power forward / small forward. They already have a few of those. I don't think they need Aaron Gordon. And Aaron Gordon doesn't really benefit the team as a defender, and they need some defense on that team. I don't see them doing this, especially if they're going down to 15 when they could probably get Mitchell Robinson going down to 7. No, I'm not doing that if I'm the Warriors. 76ers. Chris Paul for Al Horford, Matisse Thybulle, Mike Sott, and a 2020 first round pick via OKC. So they get their pick back. They get an aging Al Horford whose contract will hurt them for a while, but again, they're a rebuilding team. They can take on those contracts sometimes. Matisse Thybulle, great young player. They could use his defense, and he'd be great for the team. Mike Scott, just there to add in contract space. I could see the Oklahoma City Thunder doing this potentially. Yeah, but they probably want to get rid of Steven Adams though. And Matisse Thybulle is nice too. I could see both teams doing this. Okay, so Phoenix Suns. The trade exception and Kelly Oubre and the 10th pick. Kelly Oubre is better than Aaron Gordon, and the 10th pick is better than the 15th. If the Warriors had this offer, they'd do this one before it. I don't hate this offer, actually, because the thing with Mitchell Robinson is that is he even gonna fit? And Kelly Oubre, I could see him on the team before Aaron Gordon, because he prioritizes like shooting guard, like small forward and shooting guard, I think. Yeah, I like this fit. Kelly Oubre would stay on the team, so you'd probably move Draymond to the 5. Eric Paschall to the 4. I think I'm starting Wiggins. No, yeah, I'm starting Wiggins over Kelly Oubre. So, okay, so Curry, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, Eric Paschall, Draymond Green, and Kelly Oubre off the bench, plus the 2nd overall, plus the 10th overall pick, which could fall to Onyeka Okongwu, who could play center for you guys. Yeah, that's a nice team. All right, Trailblazers acquire Aaron Gordon. Okay, so Aaron Gordon straight up for Trevor Ariza and Freddie Simons and a lottery protected 2022 first round pick. Oh, if I'm the Trailblazers, I'm actually doing this because I feel like their 2022 is gonna be in the lottery. I see them losing Dame soon, or he's just gonna kind of like age a bit, or his teammates are gonna age. And Trevor Ariza has been all right. You know, that was Rodney Hood that was injured, and Freddie Simons, a young piece for the Magic. They could use that. They need to get off Aaron Gordon's contract. I could see both teams doing this. Okay. Sacramento Kings. They acquire Jarrett Allen. They get Kurix and Taurean Prince for Buddy Hield and a 2022 second. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm not doing this. Actually, you know, you have no choice. I'd probably add in. I'd probably take off one of these pieces and add in Nicholas Claxton and try to ask for Harry Giles and maybe throw in a second and take out their second and try to get Harry Giles in the trade because you need a backup center, one that can actually play significant minutes because DeAndre Jordan is there to stay. So, yeah. Spurs. Gordon Hayward and Robert Williams from Marcus Aldridge. They're getting off the Marcus Aldridge contract. That's true. They need a center who can shoot. Gordon Hayward's not going to be there for a while because of his contract. You get a young Robert Williams. I see both teams doing this for sure. This is a nice trade right here. I actually like that trade. Raptors. 3-team trade. So the Raptors get Eric Bledsoe, Ersan Ilyasova, the 2023 first, the 15th pick, and all you're giving up is what? The Kyle Lowry? That's all you're giving up? Oh, they also get the 24th pick, I think. I could see. So Magic are losing the 15th pick in Kim Birch, and they get Dante DiVincenzo, the 24th pick in 2020. Yeah, I think the Bucks are giving up a little much, in my opinion. The Orlando Magic are getting a little bit too much back. I could see all three teams doing this, but it would depend. Utah Jazz acquire Wendell Carter, Otto Porter's opt-in, the 4th pick in the draft, a 2021 top 5 protected pick, an unprotected 2022 for Rudy Gobert? No! First off, Otto Porter's contract is going to be gone very soon. The 4th pick, you know, I'd say is about just as valuable as Rudy Gobert, especially since he's on the trading block. Wendell Carter, almost as valuable as Rudy Gobert. Otto Porter, no value. But not only that, you're giving up a 2021 top 5 protected. And you're doing this to get better. So it's definitely going to be like a 10th pick in the draft. And it's going to go to them. So, and you're getting an unprotected 2022. I don't see the Bulls doing this. Ever. You know, yeah, I don't see the Bulls doing it, but I think the Utah Jazz would definitely do it. Last trade, Wiggins, Eric Paschall, and the number 2 pick for Bradley Beal. I don't think you have to give up Eric Paschall in this deal. Like, get rid of Eric Paschall. Wiggins. You need a scorer. Wiggins can be that. And you need young people. 2nd pick. I don't think. Yeah, I'd do this trade, but I don't think you have to throw in Eric Paschall. Yeah, maybe throw in, like, I don't know, but you don't need to throw in Eric Paschall. Well, I guess that is going to be it. Make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'm out.
Good times, it's gonna be some good times. Man, we used to pull up and let them fight at that hood time. Remember I used to grab on that ass when it was about that wood time. If that little bitch walk up tripping, she get that much time.